It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the AFC North. It's the Ravens and the Bengals, next on Madden NFL 22.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Now it's Burrow. Open man is Higgins. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Burrow looking to pass. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Burrow. His throw incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Burrow will throw. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time
pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow able to find Higgins. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Big 13. Let's put that team on the front. 6. Hey, check back.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And good coverage there on special teams as he'll get him down shy of the 20. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No 1st down. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense.
And now the young man has it. It's a fake. And he will not make it. They stop him short of a 1st down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And that will force a turnover on downs. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. From the 24, Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bengals add on to their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And it's good to make it 14-0. drive there of just 4 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. To throw again on second down. Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
This goes out wide from Mixon.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now it's Burrow.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Going long here for Wallace. This is intercepted. Chidobe with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to have it here just past the 25. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20.
So first thing that crossed my mind is, why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Jackson. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
line of scrimmage. Once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. He'll take the knee and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Ravens. And in terms of their quarterback running the football, well, not much to write home about there. It has not been a big part of their game plan to this point. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Cincinnati and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. And what's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game, and boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson going long here for Wallace. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here 1st and 10
at their own 22.
He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll drop to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Boyd. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 26.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. On 3rd down, Burrow. Caught on the slant. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Touchdown, Bengals! Hayden Hurst, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bengals have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And it's 21-3. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all total. And it ends with a Bengals score.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. On the return is Duvernay. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Flush to his right. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to let it go again. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And they're going to have this this way down in Cincinnati territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
And to put a bow on it, Next-Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Jackson now. Dancing to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. On 2nd and goal, Jackson, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Second and 9.
Big 13. Big 13. 56 the mark, boys. 56.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. A handoff to Mixon. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Jackson to throw.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. One last shot for Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Trey Flowers picks it, shreds him with a stiff arm. And the Bengals come up with a late turnover. But it will probably really matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.